welcome to another episode of the Louisville Bulls franchise. Today we play for the division. As you see, we play the stupid Pittsburgh Steelers. Not trading Malik Harrison. But it's time to see who will win the AFC North. I'll see you guys at halftime of tonight's game.
It's week 18 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see Kenny Pickett. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Steelers and the Bulls. Next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and the world-renowned city of Louisville, Kentucky. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Bulls of Louisville. Hi again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, joining you as always. And Charles, you check out this Louisville team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And they're off here in Louisville, taken at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season. A former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson.
And normally in this spot we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's third down. You look at this Steeler defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
The gain that time, 13 yards to reset him, 1st and 10.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jackson. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
A short one there, caught by Likely. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness. Go pick it up.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They go play action now. Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. Isaiah Likely the target that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Jackson. A short one there, caught by Likely. Fights loose. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They're led out by the 2nd-year pro out of Pitt, looking for a big jump in year 2, Kenny Pickett.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 7. A first carry for Najee Harris. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Back to throw, Pickett. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield, guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down. Now it's Jackson. A little short one there, caught by Likely.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'll be get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10. And they run with Edwards off the option. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They set up the screen to Hill. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and it's 3-0 here in the 2nd quarter. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Pickett sets up play action. And this will be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Got his man. It's Warren. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Again, it's Edwards. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Off the option, here's Edwards. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson from 17 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now Pickett. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Roquan Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. Now inside the 25. Oh, some strong running. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Edwards again on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Third down and 6. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Jackson on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be second and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Jackson now on second and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. And Jackson throwing once more. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
That's the end of the first half. Here in Louisville, the Bulls have a 6-point lead. The Bulls will kick off to start the second half, but let's give you some stats to look at first. Let's start with the passing. Jackson, 14 of 19, a very uncharacteristic day for him. 142 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Kenny Pickett, 2 for 5, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Rushing, Gus Edwards, 15 for 56. Jackson, 4 for 59, and a touchdown. And Hill, 2 for 10. But he spreaded the ball around. 4 receptions for Likely, 3 for Edwards, 3 for Hill, 2 for Beckham, 2 for Bateman. But let's get you back for the second half of the AFC North Division title game, so you can see what happens.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here comes third down and 7. Pickett will look to throw it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trenton Simpson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Pickett. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. 3rd and long for Pickett. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Pickett back to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo. And
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
3rd quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Pickett. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Fielded at about the 28. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They go with Edwards left side. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Right side and caught by Kohler. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling It's another first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the pass.
Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Here's Jackson. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And this offense on third down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. That's complete with Zay Flowers with it. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down, they hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. And that is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. This is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson from 19 yards away. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. For the moment, they're on top of their division, projected to host a wild card game in the first weekend, but nothing is set in stone. There's a lot of shuffling that can still go on here. They haven't even clinched a playoff berth.
A lot goes into that one word you use, doesn't it? But. You're exactly right, because nothing's clinched. So that means another win is necessary, being able to play to the best of their abilities, because they can go from where they are right now to right out of the playoff race. If things go in the wrong direction for them, they've got to take care of business.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Finds his man. It's Kohler. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 43-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now to this point. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue.
Touchdown! Gus Edwards, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bulls look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. So here's Pickett and the Steelers. Down by 15. A little over 80 ticks to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Looking to throw here, Pickett. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Pickett. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down, 10 yards to go. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. Pass complete to Robinson. And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now Pickett. Man open is Robinson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Here's 1st down. Pickett to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Pickett right back to the air again. Completes this one to Pickens. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards.
Your Louisville Bulls are AFC North champions with a 29-14 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because you know they emphasize
Pickett 18 of 30, 282, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
playing against that tough defense.
Jackson 20 for 26, 204 and a touchdown.
When they were available. Excellent execution.
Edwards 25 for 101. Jackson 7 for 57 and a touchdown and a fumble.
wk18 gives him a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their
Gus Edwards,
to 11-6.
oddly enough, our leading receiver, 5 for 43 and a touchdown. Likely 4 for 51.
It's a tough loss to take as they'll finish things off at 9-8, but they've got better
So,
days in their
that's your
future.
final finale
You can be sure.
for the regular season. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And we will start the playoffs next episode here in Madden 24.